G'day avocado enthusiasts and welcome to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. My name is Scott and it's my goal here on this channel to grow an avocado tree from seed to the point of bearing fruit whilst documenting the process, and along the way we'll talk about other avocado things and other plant related stuff. This is a reflection video on the year 2020. We're also going to have an update on I Am Mrs. Jacobs 3 and Fox FDL Official, the two avocado seeds that we have growing still in water with toothpicks. We're going to have an update. We'll do that at the end of this video. And to do our reflection today, I'm actually going to watch my first video for the year, one of my first videos for the year, the Plant Plans 2020 tag. So I've got my laptop here. I'm going to pop into the corner now and we're ready to watch.
Hello and welcome to this video. Today I am starting a new tag. This tag is called the Plant Plans 2020. I think it's really great to have ambitions and goals and dreams to strive towards in a year. And I think it's a great idea as a plant community here on YouTube that we think about the things that we want to do this year. So
now, I still agree with those things, even if our year was vastly different to what we actually had. What we were expecting, rather. So we weren't expecting to have lockdowns and this pandemic and so on, but it's still good to set goals, and we'll do the same for next year, but I'm going to continue now.
So I've come up with a few questions.
Also, look at how short my hair is in that video. There you go. And how long my beard is compared to right now.
Which I'm going to answer today, and then I'm going to tag a few people at the end of the video, and then they're going to go and answer the questions as well, and so on and so on. Enough dilly-dallying, let's get straight into it.
Okay, here we go.
The first question is a bit of a reflective one, actually. What is one of your successes from 2019? I've tried many things over the last year, and I've had some great experiences, but the thing that I'm probably most proud of is my classroom avocado tree, which actually I'll just go and get really quick. There we go. Now, I've spoken a little bit here about what I do. So I am a teacher. I'm a primary school teacher. Last year I taught a grade 4 class.
So I was very proud in terms of my plants of this particular avocado tree. Now, this year I repotted it and it's had a little bit of root rot, but it's doing okay. So it's there now and it's doing okay. Like it is taking the water up, so its roots are recovering. I'm very careful not to overwater it, so I really am waiting till it's dry. There's a lot of perlite in that soil, and it's got a collar because, as we learned this year already, Luna, one of my cats, likes to use pots as toilets. So that's to stop her from killing the avocado tree as well. Let's keep watching.
And in my classroom, we raised this avocado tree. One day at lunch, I just had an avocado with my lunch and I took the seed out, and then as a class, we looked at how we were going to plant it.
I just can't get over how
procedural texts about it, and then we watched it grow, and it was a great little ongoing science project in the classroom. And through this experience, I suppose that my students cottoned onto the idea that I really like avocado things, and so they got me a few avocado themed gifts for Christmas, which was really lovely. But this,
by the way, I got a few avocado themed gifts this year as well, which again was lovely.
This has been a lovely addition to my classroom. I'm not returning to the same school next year, so I'm going to leave this one at home, which is a lovely little tree to have. I'm currently keeping it indoors, and we'll start a new one with my new class this year. I'm very excited about it. Question number 2 is, what would you like to learn in 2020? Now, I know that knowledge is power, and the more knowledge that I have as a gardener, the better equipped I'm going to be to look after my plants. So in 2019, I learned a lot about root rot, especially in my avocado.
I've learnt a lot about root rot as well this year, but I haven't watched this back, so I don't remember what I said here. So we'll see what me from a year ago said.
About what it is, how I identify symptoms, and how I can treat and manage it. In 2020, this year, I would really love to learn more about identifying and managing plant problems. For example, one of the things that I've started noticing this summer is that some of my plants, not just my avocado trees, but including my avocado trees, have got yellowing leaves with veins going through them. Now I've been doing a little bit of reading and I have got some ideas of what this is, but I'm looking forward to learning how to manage that and improve that.
I mostly fix that by fertilizing more. It was a reasonably simple solution for most of them. So just making sure that I'm using adequate fertilizer. Often especially a lot of plants, if you get yellowing leaves is a sign of nutrient deficiency. And so fixing that up with broad spectrum fertilizer or a specific fertilizer for that type of plant or whatever it needs has been helpful with that.
Question number 3 is, what is something you're excited about in 2020?
Ooh.
Now, this is not super avocado related, but I have been growing a dwarf nectarine for the last 3 summers, and it's finally bearing fruit. It's got 7 beautiful nectarines, which
nice.
are almost ready to pick, so I'm very excited to be picking those in the next few weeks and enjoying them. Longer term,
and I did enjoy them. And the nectarine's got fruit on it again, and we did a plant profile during Vlogmas on that nectarine. It also got repotted. This year, I repotted it into a larger pot, and it's doing really well.
Term though, I am planning a few experiments this year, which I'm very excited to share with you, and I'm not going to give you any more information about those just now. You'll have to wait and see.
One of them we have finished up, the International Avocado experiment, in the later part of this year, and the results of those are coming in the new year.
What is something you're worried about in 2020?
None of us could have predicted in January of this year.
We're in the middle of summer here in Australia. I'm actually filming this at 7:30 in the morning, where it's already almost 30 degrees Celsius. It's going to be 42 degrees today, which I'm a little bit worried about. But the heat generally is something which I am concerned about. As the climate continues to warm due to climate change, summers are going to keep getting warmer and drier. I haven't lost too many plants this year, but they are really struggling with the heat. And so that's something that I'm worried about. Something that I'm going to need to manage is how I manage the temperature, manage the heat, keep my plants healthy when it's so hot, using water efficient ways. That's something which I'm concerned about at the moment.
So I made this before like the kind of the peak of the Australian bushfire season at the start of this year, which seems like a very, very long time ago, but lots of people are still really affected by that because it's a really devastating event to happen. So we had some really bad bushfires in Australia at the start of 2020, and my garden is fine. Keep making sure that the plants are adequately watered is something which I have done quite comfortably. So we've got, and I made a video on irrigating my garden, and that's working like a dream. Our landlord actually put in a rainwater tank this year, so that's also helping us save water, which is just lovely to be able to collect the rain that falls on our roof and put it into the garden where it's really useful. So that's doing really well.
Yeah. What is a plant you'd love to get in 2020? I've been wanting an apricot tree for quite a while.
I got an apricot tree. I made a video about me potting it up, and it's not got apricots this year, but we got an apricot tree this year. Great.
So I'd love to overwinter, get a bare-rooted apricot tree to put in a container and keep just as I've been doing my dwarf nectarine. But one of the plants that's been very near the top of my plant wish list for a very long time is a Wallamai pine. Now I'd love to get a Wallamai pine. The Wallamai pine has a fascinating story. It was thought to be extinct for many, many years until reasonably recently, where it was found again. And since people have been cultivating it, and I'd love to get my hands on one and grow one myself. But we'll see how we go. That might happen this year, it might happen later on. I don't actually know if I can get the seeds or I just have to buy the plant.
There's a lot of learning that I need to do before I get myself all of my pine as well. They're quite particular, and the more I learn about it, the more I realise there's more to it, which is the case for any plant. You know, the more we learn, the less we know kind of thing. So that's on the table for some point, not right now though.
What is something you must do in 2020? I need to organise my garden. As a renter, almost all of my garden is in containers. The only part that's not is this strip of vegetable patch behind me, and they're all annuals anyway. And especially as I get more plants, especially I've got 50 potential avocado trees growing at the moment, I'm going to need to organise them so that it's not just clustered everywhere.
Still mostly clustered and jumbled everywhere, but it's reasonably organised. You're not just stumbling over pots as you walk out there, so it's still a little untidy, but we're working on that.
At the moment, I've got some weeds which are a little bit out of control that I've just been a little bit lazy in managing, and so I just need to get a little bit organised.
Same.
With how I organise my garden and manage everything. So that's something I'll be doing over this year. And finally, what is something your subscribers can look forward to in 2020? I've got a few collaborations lined up this year, some on my channel, some on others' channels, which I am very excited about, and I hope you are too. I think you'll really enjoy them. You can also expect to keep seeing...
So we did have a number of collaborations this year, some of them which we weren't really expecting. So to start the earlier in the year, as the pandemic started and lockdowns happened, Mary J's Plants and myself, we did a collaboration. I did a collaboration with Maddie from Ants in My Plants, and about just kind of fun little skits. You can watch those. The links are somewhere up there or down there. They'll be around somewhere if you would like to watch those. I did with a bunch of people, including someone from Instagram. We did the plant tubers pronouncing plant names, which was a lot of fun. Just a little bit silly. And then we had a bit of I've had people pop onto my channel from time to time. And towards the end of the year, we had our Christmas Carol collaboration where we sung the Carol of the Plants. All of those videos you can see in the description below.
Learning videos as I learn more about keeping plants. I'd love to share that information with you in the way that I already have been, and I like to keep doing that going forward, using animation, using drawing, all these kinds of things.
And so we did a bit of that as well, of course, which I've really enjoyed doing and learning more about avocados and different plants as well. And you can expect more of that, even more of a focus on that in the future, actually.
And of course, you can expect our regular avocado videos. Now, as the first person to do this tag, I'm going to tag a few people, so get ready. I am tagging to do the Plant Plans 2020 tag.
I think I'll probably just about leave it there. I am going to, it is very late in the piece. It's probably not going to make a whole lot of sense going into January doing this, so I'll tag right now, anyone who wants to do it. If you'd like to do it, I'd love to see your reflections on this year as well. I'm also specifically going to tag Nikki from Plants, Pots and Whatnots. That was our reflection on the Plant Plans 2020 tag. So really, most of my plant plans were able to continue, which was lovely because so many other areas of life were interrupted this year. It's been a really challenging year for a lot of people, myself included. I have been very fortunate in my situation where I've been able to do my day-to-day life without too many interruptions. Of course, location and face-to-face aspects have been changed, but still been able to engage with people, still been able to do my work, and still been able to make videos for you. And in fact, this year, I've really spent a lot of time on videos. I believe this one is, if we're looking at the iMovie, I use iMovie. I have been using iMovie. I need to upgrade my software because it takes me way too long to do what I want to do on iMovie, but it does the job. I don't name things, and so it just says my movie and then a number. It's up to now 381. Now, it wasn't at 0 at the start of the year. It was around 100. I'm not really sure exactly what, exactly what it was at the start of the year. So I have a video that I was working on. It's an animation. I never ended up sharing it anywhere. That was my movie 185, and that was in July. So in under 6 months, I've added almost 200 videos to that. Not just for Scott Grows an Avocado Tree, that's from a number of different places. You know, I've got the videos on Hyrule Ukulele and for running shoes, which are my other YouTube channels. I've also made a bunch of videos for work, of course, and I did that on this machine, on this program, because that's what I do videos on, and a bunch for church as well. So I have made a lot of videos this year, feeling pretty tired, but I have really enjoyed it. At the start of this year, I had comfortably less than 1,000 subscribers, and now we're getting pretty close. I'm not sure if we're there just yet, based on when I'm filming this and when this is going out. We're approaching 5,000, which for the first 2 years, I gained 1,000 pretty well, and in the last 10 months, 8 months, and in the last 8 months, I've gained another almost 4,000. So I have felt a bit overwhelmed by your support in joining me here. Now, I know that not all of my subscribers watch these kinds of videos, but to you who are, I really appreciate you, because I know that whenever I put out a video, I'm making it for you, because you're going to watch the things that I enjoy making. And I really appreciate that you are here, you are my core audience, and you're, just journeying with me in this plant journey. And I just really appreciate that. So thank you very much for joining me this year. And that's where I want to finish this video. And I do want to ask you, before we finish, if you'd like to see a similar kind of video to the Plant Plans 2020 tag, at the start of 2021 in the new year, or if you'd just like me to leave things a bit more of a mystery. Because I have plans, of course, but do you want me to share them with you? I would like to know if you'd like me to make that video. Happy to if you want to, but that's up to you. Or just say nothing. That's also okay. If I don't get lots of yeses, I'll probably leave it, but it was a fun tool to kind of help reflect today, so that was good. Thank you very much for watching this video. It's been a big year. We've had lots of videos, it's been crazy. Everywhere in the world has just been very unusual. I'm feeling very thankful for the things that I have, and I'm very thankful for you. Thank you for watching my videos this year through Vlogmas, we did a lot of live streams in the earlier part of this year. That was this year, and I'm just really appreciative for all of your support, so thank you. Please make sure you subscribe to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree so as not miss any future avocado updates. I've got some great things planned, I think, in 2021. I'm really excited to be sharing them with you. Now that I'm monetized, I can actually start putting money into the channel and getting, acquiring things, whether it be hiring animators or getting the things commissioned or other assets to use in videos, which means that I can do a lot more, which I'm really excited about. So I've got some big things planned for 2021, and I can't wait to share them with you. Before we go, we'll finish with just a quick update on the avocado trees.
Changing their vessels and changing the water more frequently is working well. Mr. Jacobs 3 has got some lovely new growth up here and lots of new roots. Fox FDL Official's got lots of new roots and still no shoot. So we'll hopefully see some of that very soon. But Mr. Jacobs 3 at least looking great. Fox FDL Official's looking reasonable.
Thank you once again for joining me in this year, 2020. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the new year. Take care, everyone. Happy New Year.
Scott grows an avocado tree, an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree, an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree, an avocado tree.